Hey people, today I'm going to keep going on a project I started a little while ago. I need to cut a road, trail really, into the back part of my property, which is sloped, so I can access trees and whatnot back there and just be able to utilize it more than I have so far. I'm going to be using my excavator for that, but the first job is going to be moving these big logs out of the way so I can get back to the trail I already started. So let's keep going. I cut this top part in here a while back. You can see there's leaves falling all over it and everything. Really, it's going to be about wide enough for me to get my four-wheeler down. There's a couple of rock piles down on the slope back here that are I'd like to use for more projects. Get to this part here, and it really starts to get a little steep. So what I need to do is start cutting into this slope to take some of that angle down, and it levels out about 100 feet down there, and then I can make a turn and come back across the back slope over here out that direction, heading for my neighbor's property. So that's the project. Starts to get really steep right here to the point where the excavator's tipping forward. So what I need to do is cut more into this slope. The problem is that there's roots for that oak tree right there, and I really don't want to kill the oak tree. So, see what I can do Made it down this far last time. My goal is to get to about where that fallen pine tree is, and then start turning back towards the left. It evens out a lot more down there. You can maybe see the top of a big rock pile over there. I'm going to go around behind that and continue across the face of the slope. So let's keep going. It's kind of hard to get a sense of the slope on the side there, so I'm gonna bring you with me one time down so you can kind of experience a little bit what I'm feeling in the excavator. Take it nice and easy. I like the slope on this section right here, fine. Not too steep. So I'm gonna leave this like it is. Once you get parallel to the tree here, this maple, it gets a little bit, quite a bit steeper. See, I've cut into the bank there. Maybe you can see over a foot. Really, I need to add material down there to lessen it. See what I can do about taking a little bit of this slope out right here still and pushing it downhill. Digging in versus not digging in too much. Start to get get to a point where it's getting a little bit aggressive with the slope again. The bottom there, it gets to the point where if I don't spin the excavator around, I've got too much weight on the back and I can't crawl back up the slope. So we definitely need to take more out. I mean, that may just be what it ends up being. I'm not probably going to bring the excavator down here a whole lot, and if I do, I won't be turning around before I come back up. So it won't be all the weight will be on the front then. It won't be nearly as precarious. Pushing a little bit of material down. Now is where it kind of steepens up. Feel the center of gravity shifting. Not terribly comfortable. Starts pitching over, trying to bring the blade up a little bit, not too much, so that it's kind of shallowing out that slope in front of me. Bring it up a little bit more. Before, I could not track backwards without spinning the cab, and it's still pretty tippy, but at least I can do it. So that's progress. Back outside. Building it up pretty good down here. Hard to tell, but there's probably at least a foot of fill bottom down here. Good sized rock in here. Cutting into the slope pretty good. It's getting manageable. Just got this last bit of transition down here that still pretty steep. Comes off of there and then takes a nosedive. So gotta keep working on that. Some of these big rocks would be handy to fill with. But before I get much farther, I'm gonna have to do some chainsaw work and get rid of this yellow pine that's been down for years. You can see where it fell. And that maple tree has grown with that curve in it ever since. It's probably, I don't know, a long time. Years and years. Anyway, I'll cut that up, move it out of the way with the excavator. Once we get on the downslope side of the pine tree, there, we'll keep coming down. Gonna have to take out this little white oak or chestnut oak or whatever this is. Top is dead in it already, so that's all right. It comes probably through here. This is that big rock pile I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna go just behind it and cut across slope there. Won't be too bad at all, and that'll give me access a lot easier to all this woodland down here. Got a pretty good mix of pine and hardwood, and there's a lot of this stuff that's down that it's been down too long to be useful for anything, but at least I can move it out of the way. Maybe I can make some habitat or something for some critters. But yeah, so time for some chainsaw work. Well, starting to lose the sun, and I'm pretty much out of battery, but got a good amount of work done this afternoon. Turned the corner of the slope and started cutting into the side hill here. And it should go fairly quickly. That 6-way blade on the excavator really does a good job cutting into the hillside, and you can see it just cuts in quite well, probably 8-10 inches at a time. So I'll come back and start cutting that in another day.